Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Timothy Carter.
Thanks for joining me on the podcast. Today we're going to talk about Google Analytics for SEO ROI, and we're going to talk about some advanced segments here. And advanced segments are customized groups of people you can establish within GA, giving you more control over what you're measuring and the demographics you're learning from. So, in this episode, we'll tell you a little bit how to create an audience segment, how to choose an advanced segment, and how to customize your advanced segment data. So creating an audience is super easy. Once you're logged in, you can head over to the audience section and select the overview menu. Here you'll see a general breakdown of your audience stats, including the number of website users you've seen from a given period, where those users are from, and how many of those users are new versus returning. So click the Add Segment button, and here you'll be able to choose a specific segment of incoming users that adhere to the variables of your choice. You'll have some options available by default, including bounce sessions, converters, direct traffic, made a purchase, mobile traffic, multi-session users, new users, non-bounce sessions, non-converters, traffic by a specific channel, for example, organic or referral, and single session users. There are shortcuts to these audience segments in other areas of Google Analytics, but they're grouped here for your convenience. And you can also create a much more detailed audience segment by clicking on New Segment in the upper left corner. So after selecting the new segment, you'll have the opportunity to customize the target audience in any way you choose. So these are primary categories you'll need to consider. Number one, demographics. In the demographics section, you'll be able to look at specific groups of people by age, gender, language, and various other categories. You could, for example, choose to look specifically at females aged 25 to 34 or males 55 and older. You can also select an affinity category which refers to a certain field of interest. For example, you could look specifically at technophiles and technology enthusiasts. You could also define specific in-market segments which describe visitors who are ready to make a purchasing decision or who are actively looking for a specific product. For example, you might try to look only at people who are looking to buy financial services. Number two, technology. The technology tab is a bit more straightforward. Here you'll learn and define specific users you want to analyze by the type of technology they're using. For example, do you want to look at desktop users, mobile users, tablet users, or some blend of the three? Are you interested in restricting views of people by operating system, by browser, by screen resolution, or by mobile device? So you have a variable options there to dial in what you're looking at when it comes to your advanced segmenting. Behavior. If you filter your segment by behavior, you can precisely define a segment by how your users behave on site and how they conduct transactions. For example, you can look only at users who have visited your site for more or less than a specific number of sessions, or users who have visited your site an exact number of times. You can also filter audiences by the number of days since their last session or session duration. This is ideal if you want to take a closer look at the people who give your content a deep dive or those who bounce almost immediately. Another segment you can choose is data first session. It's pretty straightforward. This tab lets you establish firm boundaries for the date range of your audience's first session. And last but not least, traffic sources. You can define your advanced audience segment by how they found you. For example, you can select the medium they use to find you, or exclude a specific medium, or look at one specific referring domain. You'll have a variety of logical options to assign to each variable, like contains, or exactly matches, or starts with, or ends with, or does not contain, so that you can fine-tune the data output there. So once you've established the exact parameters you want to analyze, you can click Preview to view the analytics for that specific segment. You can also click Save to permanently save this segment. That way you can always easily view and modify it in the future. So, as we wrap this up, making use of that advanced segment data is, what can advanced segments teach you about your link building ROI? If you have very specific goals in your campaign, like appealing to people interested in purchasing products like yours, this is your chance to laser focus your strategy. You can study only the demographics most likely to bring value to your organization and tweak your strategy to cater to those particular people. And you can also use, advanced segments to help you answer hard questions about the nature of your campaign. For example, let's say your ROI is lower than you expected, in part because the average user isn't spending much time on your page per session. Advanced segments would let you create a segment of only visitors from referral sources who spend a low amount of time on your pages, and by digging into other metrics, you may be able to figure out what's stopping them from spending more time in the future. And I think that's where we're going to wrap this up, because we're going to go into some more details on why inbound marketing always beats native advertising in the next episode. So I appreciate your time, and if you need some help scaling your ability to look into your Google Analytics and understand what content is working and not working, come on over to SEO.co and schedule a time to have a free consultation. Learn how we can help you scale your ability to outwrite and outrank your competition.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.